No way, because I can see your courses. Great job.
Having difficulties with it.
There.
What's he doing? He could not generate course or something.
Clockwise lands. One headland. I'm gonna have to do round so it doesn't put it in the drink. There we go, it's working again now. No, for some reason it just wasn't showing that there was a course there. It was just so bizarre. Right, don't put it in the drink, dickhead.
I'll try not to.
Right, you're on not speed limit. Alright, okay, good. You know, I play this for fun.
He doesn't sound like it sometimes.
When things just aren't going right. And that's the annoying thing. I mean, probably what I will do, though, after this is maybe do a shutdown and a proper restart.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, you've got two separate... Unfortunately, you've got two separate stages of growth now on that field.
Not me.
Yeah.
It's one of them. It's not the biggest problem in the world.
Right, so you... Yeah, because the map was acting weird, then it was taking a while to just update.
Oh, my map's looking alright.
Yeah, but I forgot, it gets that delay sometimes if you don't... If you walk, you know, if you're doing something and then you've got a...
Yeah.
Like seeding. So my seeding is showing that it's not seeding because it takes a couple of ticks to update.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I've got it's got all the way around. It hasn't updated. So the only way to solve that is just literally go back out. Yeah, I'm literally having to get. I forgot I did that on them fields. I literally have them doing the ones next to the water. I have them doing a round headland.
Right, just so they're not doing that stop and turn thing.
Yeah, because that's how they've been ended up in the drink. But they've managed the sharp side of things they can actually do.
Aye.
In that remind that. What I'm actually going to do then is I'm actually going to put that as one. I need to go up. I can't. Obviously, I won't be able to do anything. Have I got anything I can... Yeah, I know what I can do. Just jump in the van. To make some serious money.
You and me both, mate. I started last episode with quite a bit, but in typical fashion for me, I've managed to spend it all.
Yeah, so have I.
But I'm not worried.
So if I... Okay, Okay, so I am actually going to have to come along here at some point and possibly get rid of some trees. And then join these two fields together, like it originally wanted to do. But I can't obviously join it together right now because I don't want it touching my crop of black gold. But he knows what I've done now.
Oh yeah. I've always got a good idea what you've done, don't worry.
This field service one's actually really handy at times.
Well, so instead of I think I could just be like a cow, wouldn't be the most terrible thing on the planet to have.
Because this is I can use for fueling and repairing. Great demand for what at confectionery factory? Well, let's...
There it was. Confection factory sugar.
I haven't got any to spare, sorry.
You say you're nearer to having some than me. But then again, don't be afraid, don't fall into the trap that I think I kind of fell into a little bit. Where I was doing everything for my production. I've realised at the rate of production, because we can't upgrade them, the rate it actually gets through product is not actually fully worth me putting everything into it. So I'm sort of monitoring how it gets on, but I'm also selling bits as well, because it's not worth...
What needs to be repaired? Don't tell me you've stopped because something needs repairing.
I don't think you should stop, because I don't think they do stop for that, do they not?
Oh no, 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 no. Why can't I tap into it?
You must be that deep in the drink.
Oh, you fucking piece of shit.
God.
Yeah, it's in the water.
You would own waterside property.
But the rounded field on a course plate should not have caused it to do it.
I must admit, I recently sold 2 fields that were fielded for a long time because I was getting sick of how awkward they could be, so I'm not afraid to move my operation to get away from problems like that.
Man, I may end up doing the same.
Oh, you tease!
What?
Once again, it's put exactly what I wanted in the used vehicle section, but I don't have the money. Oh, how do I make a lot of money fast?
It's just, I say, they're the fields I usually do myself.
Mm.
Yeah, but I'm not bothered about, at the moment, I'm not bothered about what is going into my production right now, because I know I can store the rest if I need to. Some stuff I do need to go into production because it hasn't gone into production yet, so it needs to go into production. I think my phone was just informing me that you'd sent me something. And I was like, of course you'd sent me something, because it was something that I asked you to send me.
Yeah, that was before we started streaming.
I know, but I haven't checked my phone since. Right, well I can finish this build off. But usually I thought I could trust the AI to finish it off. Clearly I can't, can I?
Yeah.
I can trust it to do the bigger field. Because it's doing the bigger field now like I want it to. Oh, you fucking dipstick. No, I set the cedar off. Didn't actually plonk the fucking thing on the ground, did I?
We've all done it, mate, don't panic.
Yeah, but I can't remember. Does it weigh seed if it's...
No, I think it only uses seed when it's actually into the ground.
Alright, it's alright then. It's got 6, I don't want another expense. I might have to make an emergency cell job.
Sometimes it's got to be done, mate.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I don't need to sell crops. I know that. I won't need to sell crops.
He's going to sell himself, ladies and gentlemen.
It's going to be probably more produced items, but because I've not got...
Much produced.
I don't think I've got much produced. I'd have to check my productions.
I have most of my production set to auto sell at the moment, just so that they're producing products and just getting it out the door. I know you don't make quite as much money that way, but it saves me having to mess about.
I'd have to check my my warehouse. You're thinking, what the fuck are you on about?
No, I can imagine you probably have a pallet warehouse, knowing you.
Yeah, I did. Remember the one we used in
Silver Run.
Silver Run?
Yeah.
Yeah, I decided. I thought about it and thought, maybe that's possibly a good idea.
The same reason, like I said, I got the one that does bales, just because I didn't want all the bales on the map. Just to try and reduce a bit of load on the server. Plus less chance of them like disappearing or pinging off into space.
This needs to go back to the yard. I remember when, was it Silver Run items used to ping off?
I've had it in a few maps, it's always a farm sim thing.
Yeah, but no, it was pinging off the train, not wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, if you drove the train into the sell point too fast, items would just ping up, you'd find them in the trees later.
I don't get why it did that though.
I'm not entirely sure either. All I can guess is that when they'd done the map, they'd accidentally got the sell point right close to the invisible wall on the edge of the map. And if stuff went through too fast, it didn't have time to sell before it hit that wall.
Yeah.
That's a total guess, like, but would make some logical sense knowing how games work.
Grab this quickly. I bet I can't attach it to the front of this bloody tractor, can I? No. That's annoying. I'm going to dump it on the trailer. I was hoping that I could have multi-picked up then, that would have been handier. Oh, well done, dipshit. That's annoying.
What's happened?
Well, I went to move Summer, and then when I move it, it brought out a sodding not full pallet, so it's just like because the way the pallets stack is that will now create an invisible boundary box.
Yeah.
And it's just like, ugh, it looks odd.
Oopsie.
Oh God, I haven't seen that film in I haven't seen a film in ages. Now, you probably don't. Do you know what film I'm trying to?
Not off the top of my head, no. So.
It's one of the Wayne's brothers. Is it Wayne's brothers? Films.
Aye.
I remember the guy that's in it. Oh, he's in bloody Brooklyn 999 and all.
I watched a movie. It was like a Halloween film with one of the Wayne's brothers in it. I think it's new out this year. It actually wasn't as bad. I forget the name of it now because she's in full-blown Halloween mode at this point. So.
Oh dear.
Yeah, we went through QB Halloween, which I actually don't mind.
Again.
You've not seen it, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you'd seen it once before.
We have, yeah, but she's like every Halloween has to watch the same Halloween films and that kind of jazz, so...
That's a bit weird. Because Hubie Halloween ain't gonna be around for I wouldn't say it's going to be around for
No, it's not. It's honestly not bad.
every year. Yeah, but it's not going to be around for every year. Because wasn't that on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Sandler must have signed. There's suddenly a load of like Sandler films on Netflix, wasn't there?
Hmm.
He must have signed some kind of deal with them for a lot of stuff.
I didn't mind Hubie Halloween, but
It's alright. It's got some good moments.
yeah, but it wasn't. It's definitely not.
And I kind of hold a liking for it. It's one of the last films I saw Ray Liotta in before he passed.
Hmm.
Of course, the voice of Tommy Vercetti.
Yeah.
And also Kel from Keenan and Kel.
Yeah. Kind of weird. You wouldn't, if you know Keenan and Kel, you wouldn't have put that voice
I know.
to um the actor.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, but it's like we used to joke about Jeff in F1.
Hmm.
You wouldn't have put that face or to that voice, really.
Yeah.
No offense to Jeff. Oh, I felt sorry for the guy that must have voiced Jeff. Yeah, but can you imagine how much stick he got from players?
Oh yeah.
I still wish the achievement come back for telling Elvis to shut up. That would be good.
Yeah.
Because that was an achievement. It was shut up, Jeff. It was an
Yeah.
achievement.
You could have made the one for now. You could have made it Elvis has left the building or something like that.
Yeah.
I just thought that. No, I'm quite proud of that.
You could have done something like that.
Yeah, made the achievement like Elvis has left the building.
Just for telling him to shut up. Which...
Yeah, the light seems to be fading on us again already.
well, we are in December. That's made me a little bit more comfortable now. Kind of annoying because I don't think that... As if you're gonna... I'm gonna start this seeding.
Is he going to get it done before nightfall?
Not a fucking chance. Not a chance. Not on the size of this field, no. Well, if it screws it, it screws it. I can just wait.
That's it. It's not because the only annoyance is it means you struggle to roll the field. Because you can't roll once part of it started growing. That's the only annoyance. I actually don't overly mind the fact that field's in like 2 bits. I'll just wait till the whole lot's ready to harvest.
Yeah.
But I just dislike the fact that I can't gain that little bit of bonus from rolling it. So
I mean, I don't know. It might get finished.
you're basically going to finish and give you time to roll it still.
Rolling may not be a possibility. Where are you going? You're not going first?
He's heading for the water.
Alright. I just gotta jump in a tractor quickly and get it shifted. If I don't get it shifted, they'll get hit.
Where do you end up parked over here?
He's now confused.
Where even? Oh!
What, you
Yes,
don't?
I remember. I'd sent a tractor somewhere because I was planning to do something which I'm probably now not going to do, but... So I suddenly cut one of my tracks and I'm like, why are you there?
Did you move the one off my yard?
Yes. I only dropped it there for a minute because I had to go and... Basically my harvester was full, so I had to go and unload it.
If it had been any longer than that, I'd have been charging you.
You can say what you like, mate, I wouldn't listen to you. I'd have come and eaten your chickens.
You're only allowed to park there 10 minutes. I hate them fucking bears.
Thing is though, it's only 10 minutes from when the warden sees you, so technically you've already got longer, but you never know exactly when the warden's seen you.
No. They get sneaky, do the traffic wardens.
Oh yeah, I'm sure some of them are retired ninjas.
You actually know how they do you?
What do you mean?
You know how they know? Apart from clocking you, do you know how they know
Go on.
that the car's not moved?
Check if it's cold.
No. They look at your wheel. They look at your wheel caps.
Hmm.
What do you call them?
Wheel rims?
No. Valve caps.
Why look at them?
Because that's how they know if the car's moved or not.
Why? How do they go different once the car's moved?
Because they'd be in a different position. They look at the position of them.
Oh right.
Yeah, the sneaky twats that way. They do. They look at your valve caps.
Oh, right.
That's how they know if the car's moved or not. So I happen to know it. The next traffic warden. I said, well, how did you ever book people? I said, apart from obviously timing them. And they turned around and said, check the valve caps.
Oh, right.
Especially if they've got a resident permit or whatever, that's fine. That doesn't apply. But if it's people that they've clogged and say they perhaps parked there twice as well. So say you've done the old sneaky trick.
Moved it around the block and come back.
Moved it round the block and come back. They'll know. They make a note of where your valve caps are. So
right.
if you've done the sneaky trick and your valve caps are...
But shit, that's putting a lot of memory on the track one to remember exactly what position all the valve caps were in when... Christ, I couldn't tell you what position the valve caps were in on my car, and that's the only one I'm thinking about.
There is that way, they look at your valve caps, there is the time, and there was another way that they told me how they do them as well. They're coming up with new tricks as well to try
Oh,
and
yeah.
get people.
Depends. So, I mean, I deal with them quite a bit through work, and some of them are sound, you know what I mean?
Some are scum of the earth.
Especially especially towards delivery vans, you tend to find you get a little bit of it because they know what, you just try to do a job.
London traffic wardens are scum of the earth.
Now, the ones I deal with, honestly, most of them are alright. You get the odd jobs which don't get me wrong, but the majority of the ones I've dealt with, I've had positive experience, doesn't.
Yeah, and I bet I'd probably now offended a lot of London traffic wardens. It's like,
Why, do you
well,
reckon that's a large demographic of our audience?
no idea. Probably. I probably offended a few of them, but at the end of
Ladies, if you know a traffic warden, do us a favour, call them a... That delay screwed that joke.
Yeah. But it's... I'll tell you a story. I was in London dropping
All
off...
about how your life got turned upside down.
No, I'm not no Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I was in London doing a coach job. But just dropping off at the hotel, wasn't I?
Right.
Fucking traffic warden come along, didn't it?
So I think the hotel didn't have like a coach bay or something then.
No. Traffic warden comes along and turns around and goes, I'll give you 5 minutes to unload and get out of here. I'm thinking, a coach full of people.
It's luggage.
So we're not just talking,
Yeah.
you know, we're not talking bloody... You know, we've got the suitcases and... I just turned around and said, right, whatever. And it's like... and I just got... Basically, I just got it unloaded, taking the last case off. Just about to shut the luggage bay. Knobhead walks around the corner. So I basically give the passenger the luggage and said, I apologise, but I must leave. Otherwise I'm about to get booked. They were fine about it. But just as soon as I'd shut the door, just about to pull out, he tries to stop me. I'm thinking, no. My indicator's on, and he's on body cam. My indicator's on. I'm going. And guess what? Did he stop me?
Nope. Did you have to pick him out of the front grill? Quite possibly.
I just turned around, opened the window, and said, look, stuck my head out the window, and said, look, you don't move, you're becoming a hood ornament. Simple as. You said 5 minutes, you're now stopping me because I want to get out. You can see my indicators on. I'm going. I said, if you don't move, I said, you're going to become a hood ornament. Quite simple. He goes, what did he turn around and say? Is that a threat? I said, no, this is. And just literally put my foot on the accelerator. And guess what happened?
Go on.
Copper comes around corner. Right? Copper comes around corner. Can see this traffic warden having a Barney with me. Copper got out of it. Copper got out of the car. Basically turned around and said to me, what's going on? I said, basically he gave me 5 minutes to unload. I said, I'm trying to leave. He stood in front of me and refusing to let me go. And he goes, your indicator's on. I said, yeah, because I want to get out, but Mr. Jobsworth here, and that's exactly what I said, is not allowing me to move because he wants to give me a ticket for not moving. Copper just turns around to the guy and says, look, his indicator's on. He's got nobody on board. Let him go. And Copper just turned around and said to the traffic warden, yeah, let him go. And I think so I just drove off and I could see in my wing mirror the Copper having a real stern word with him. It's like, that'll fucking teach you, you tosser. And
Always like making friends with the natives, don't you?
I turned around to my bosses and said, well, if I'd have got a parking ticket, and I explained what happened to my boss, and I said, if I'd have got a parking ticket, I said, it's on you guys. I said, for not warning me.
I can't understand the hotel not having a spot for coaches to offload.
It's where it was in London.
I know, but still, you know what I mean?
I was already in a bad enough mood as it was. Because the fuckers forgot to even warn me about congestion charge. So that come out of my fucking pocket, which got claimed back. Oh, I was pissed that day. And to be honest, I'm so glad I don't work in that industry anymore.
Yeah, I can't do anything's got any better. I think for somebody who's still on the road, although not quite as large a vehicle.
There's one ultimate job I want to do, but it's hard to get on.
I know, you will never get to drive an F1 car, mate.
No, I don't want to be an F1 driver. Screw that. No, I want to do like freight trains for like DRS.
Alright.
Yeah, I want to do. That's the ultimate job I always wanted was to do freight driving for DRS.
You never know, you might get a chance. I've briefly looked into it, getting into train driving and that, but
I don't want to be in passenger services. Don't want to be in that sort of job, you know. I just basically want to do the freight side of things, because the freight side of things is quite interesting. Right, where is the fucking growth on this? I want to know. How far's it got? So you're still gonna... Oh, have you made... Oh, for fuck's sake. I flattened the fucking field.
Obviously not enough.
I think it's missed a bit. Okay, we haven't got mud mod on.
No, we haven't.
Why the fuck did my roller decide to do a Tokyo drift?
Because he wanted to.
Problem is I'm gonna lose light. We have lost light, and I need the light.
Right, well, what I was going to say is give me a second, I have my own second CF between this and...
DB.
Next. Yeah. TB, I guess. Time for a pause. So folks, join us in the next episode. I believe this one, for the sake of your eyesight, is going to come to an end fairly soon.
Yeah, it's missed.
I'm not seeing it late.
I am. Landscape. Oh, that's a bugger.
What have you done?
Well, I've got to get my tractor off this field without damaging it, but unfortunately that's not going to happen now.
Or is it growing around it?
Yeah.
Always be careful when you leave stuff overnight.
Yeah, but I was rolling my field.
Or do jobs like that with a tractor with narrow tyres on, just in case.
There is a way I can do it, but it's going to be slow. There's
I guess that isn't super strength it out.
No. I'm basically crawling the tractor out at 1 mile an hour.
Or does that not damage the crop?
No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Even with a wide tyre, even with your wide tyre and your wheel weights, if you are going at like 1 mile an hour off the field, it's not actually damaging the crop. So if you're looking, I don't know if you can look on the map, if you look at 23, you'll see my tractor slowly crawling off the field.
Yeah, it's not. I can see it's not damaging the crops. I can see it's not changing the colour on there.
There is a bit that it's missed, but that's due to land terrain. I've had to mess around with that again. I know it's gone to weird seed stage, hasn't it, as well? For this field.
Aye.
But I've got to wait. Still got to go at 1 mile an hour till the back wheels of that implement's off the field. But now you know that. If you're very careful with your...
You won't straight away immediately damage the crop. Oh, that's interesting. Well, it's like I told you about shift and tab.
Yeah.
We're both learning tonight.
Well, I just thought I'd try it. You know what I mean? Just to see...
No, it's interesting. I generally didn't know that was a thing.
There must be a certain speed you can get away with on fields.
Obviously, whatever you were doing.
Yeah, I was doing like 1 mile an hour off the field. Yes, it's slow.
But it works.
It works. Yeah, there must be a certain speed tolerance for the crop to get destroyed.
Clearly, yeah.
Because you would think even me going at 1 mile an hour would have destroyed that crop.
Yeah.
Not going to argue with the system.
No, not when you're benefiting from it. Ooh, bit of lag there. Were you just generating a cause or something?
No, I got the same bit of lag at the same point.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that was weird. I got the same bit of lag at the exact same point. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do a quick, I'll do it later when we finish. I don't think it's particularly too happy.
We usually break things eventually, so I can't say we're entirely surprised.
Yeah, but we're not.
Yeah, I say we're not. I don't say we're stressing this one, but whatever.
No,
It might not be us. It might be somebody else we have to share the server with who's just causing the issues. But we're just reaching the rewards.
But we do, you do have to think that. Am I?
It's getting very philosophical for this time of day, isn't it? What am I? If I'm not a man.
That's annoying. I've got to do the same again with one of my other tractors. I pull it off at 2 without destroying.
It's worth in future then if you want to double check that before you decide to skip the night. Moving them to safe locations.
Yeah, but one was in the middle of finishing seeding. Yeah, so you can get away with doing 2 mile an hour at least off the
Fair enough.
field. I wonder if it's anything above 5, but I'm not actually going to experiment that. I'll do that personally.
Yeah, you'll do that off-stream sort of job.
Yeah, I'll do that on a different save. So I'm wondering if I could trick my style into loading this without having to use them seed bags that are on the floor. Because it's weird how you can't... Oh, I can open the cover on this. So why wouldn't it do it sat under the silo? So if I can fill this up using this, my seeder thing, this, David knows what I mean.
I don't think I do actually, but I'll go with it.
Yeah, I can. So I basically have bought them seed bags for fuck all right now.
Well, you can still use them, I wouldn't get rid of them.
No, I'll use them next time. Yeah,
Because I had that bit back when I was renting seeders, because obviously you'd unload it when you were done and you'd end up with bags of it, so you just use them to fill next time.
At least I know that the big seeder can be pulled by other tractors. I mean, the Fenty is overkill for some of the stuff, but he's dying.
You're not that lucky, mate. You think by my age I'd have learned how to drink without nearly killing myself, but clearly not.
No.
We have to clear it.
So what have I got? What can I do?
Give up?
57's not ready, 12's nowhere near. I mean, I've got some... I haven't mown some grass in a while. You're not going to take that, are you? Because the pallet is upside down.
We're not gonna take it. No.
I'm just trying to stop any issues. By the way, do you know the big display screens that we usually use?
Yeah.
You know there is a pole you can actually place them on, it makes them look
Yeah.
better.
Do you know you can change the colour of them as well?
No. How?
You press M and N while you're placing them.
M and N? What? M and N while you place them?
Do 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 do.
Mana.
Do 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 do. I knew you'd have to finish that. But yeah, if you go into the build menu, try and down and press M and N, it cycles through the colour options.
Oh, okay. He's not having any luck.
Fucking hell. That's it. Forgot how to drink, clearly. I obviously made that glass of water full strength.
Can I visit this? Yes. Okay, my character's acting a bit weirdly. I think I've accidentally messed with my character's running and walking speed.
What, in EDC or something?
No.
Because I didn't realise you could.
Lumberjack, I think.
Thing in there.
Yeah, I think I've messed with it because I'm running a bit quicker than I should be.
Alright.
It's not.
Maybe you're just playing this game as Mo Farah.
Hmm. I know what I can do while I'm here. Honestly, folks, he will stop.
Well,
Possibly,
I keep muting my mic.
possibly using the soundboard and possibly trying to not kill himself in the process with a drink.
Yeah, I've just been, you know, you like a tickle at the back of your throat.
Hmm.
I've just got that and it counts to clear it. And you got me paranoid about it now, you clown. One second.
I love it when I can chuck him. I can chuck him off for once. It's usually him chucking me off.
Just realised something. I'm using a I've got a mute Discord button on my on my Stream Deck. But of course, that's not muting my sound to the recording, is it?
No.
So, so the recording's still going to have me coughing up a lung, even if Discord
Yes.
didn't pick it up. But I think you use your sound, don't you, normally?
Yes.
So it shouldn't be an issue.
No, it usually just comes through mine. It's one
Sod off.
It's one. Yeah, but it's one of them things that you get this annoying.
I feel like I've just got something at the back of my throat. I just cannot clear it.
You sure it's not a ribbit?
Not that I know of. I'm gonna say I've got a frog. I'm gonna say hair in my throat. No, it's a rabbit, you fool.
Right. Well, I've got nothing to do today.
Contracts?
I'm looking through contracts at the moment, but they're not worth jack.
Shit, the weather forecast ain't looking amazing either. Oh, it's not till like 4 o'clock tonight, so that should be too bad. Usually it's going that dark by then. It's
Yeah, I mean I can do a harvest contract. No, not doing that. That's fucking potatoes. Get stuffed.
back onto the potatoes he goes.
I made that mistake once. I'm not making that again. What's that? Barley. Yeah, we'll take that. Right, where's the harvester?
Build 84 you've taken by any chance?
No.
Alright, fair enough. Surprise me.
92.
Alright. That's somewhere down near my land. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Get off my land!
I'm worried about going down by you.
Why?
Because I've not been down by you and I'm wondering how the game would react. I don't know what it is. I've seemed to sort of not... I've not done a U. Whereas you have seemed to have royally spread out.
It's because I've gone after bigger fields.
Yeah,
I've just wanted the bigger field rather than buying a load of little fields. And often when I want to buy, I'm trying to buy ready to harvest with a decent crop on.
Yeah, but there's not much decent crop.
You know, I'll be brutally honest with you, I've been wanting to buy field 93 since about the start of the game. But first the bastard planted cotton on it, now he's planted sugar beets on it.
There's only one way. There's only one way to solve that.
I know, EGC.
No. Who's the only one out of two that's got a sugar beet machine?
I know. I'm hoping one day he might actually plant something on it I can use, and I'll buy that. I might even just cut it in with those other two fields and make that into one mega grass field down there. Imagine how many silage bells I get off that bugger.
And with the server, thank you for it.
I'd probably have to clear them as I went along.
How the hell do I get to that? Yeah, I've got to go this way. Yeah, something tells me. Something tells me that the game earlier mustn't have been happy with something.
Possible.
Because stop the train. We hadn't seen that since Silver Run.
Yeah, I understand, that's not so bad. But once I rented it and cleared it, it's moving alright ever since, so.
I've worked down here before.
I think you have done a contract down here before, yeah.
On this exact field.
You're using the same field again. You might as well buy it at this point.
It's not just this field. I've definitely worked on that field. I've worked on, either you've worked on that field before, while I was working on a field opposite. You might have worked on that field.
I don't think I've ever done a contract down that end. So I've got land down that end already, but
we've definitely worked on fields that have been near each other. To be honest, I don't know how the hell your profits are surviving.
Why?
You seem to have that much, like, hired help going on.
Hey, it's working, mate. There's good money in it.
Yeah, but you keep saying you're in a pinch, and this is what gets me wondering how much of a pinch you're actually in. Because contracting, the last time you checked your contracting, you were doing $2,000 for a month.
Yeah, but as long as you're making way more than $2,000 for that month, there's no issue. Got to speculate to accumulate, boy.
I mean, the thing that makes me laugh is, yes, we're running on the economic difficulty of normal. Can you imagine what the economic difficulty of hard would have been like?
Oh, I've never played on. I've played on easy. I don't really play on easy. I know some do. It's never interested me. I just stick to normal most of the time.
No, but can you imagine what it had been on hard economic difficulty, especially to...
Oh, it wouldn't be half. Neither would be half as far as we are.
No, but I mean, in terms of contract prices, the contract prices are worth shit now. So what the hell would they be worth on hard? Oh, shit.
Don't you upset my worker either.
I was tempted. Oh no, he just upset himself. No, he doesn't.
No, he's doing alright. I can see him back there.
Just saw this bloody big combine coming at me then.
Big black combine.
Yeah. Well, you already knew where my combine was.
Yeah, well, you've seen it parked at the side of the road.
My nice bright yellow combine, you can't miss it.
See, I've got the nice big black. I've got a black one with a red header. Just kind of like to be different.
Could still take that out of context if you need to change your wording. But we thought, no, well, you thought about that one clearly and carefully. I'm guessing.
If you say so.
I was hoping so. Is that actually, yeah. I was going to say, if you are planning on coming back this way.
Shouldn't be, I don't think.
Oh, you won't have much problem in a minute.
I always have problems when you're involved.
Yeah, I'm going to move my tractor off. Because I'd only quickly parked my tractor. It was causing traffic jams.
Why doesn't that surprise me?
I'm just going to park, do the bit I'd already harvested, and I guess where I've got to drop this off, by the way.
Train station.
Yeah.
Everything goes to the train station for some reason.
Except that one where I had the supermarket.
Yeah, because it was something like cotton money.
Yeah.
Which that makes me laugh the way they do it is how the supermarket bought the massive cotton bale straight off the field.
Hmm.
Can you imagine that on the shelf?
Yeah, but why didn't it go to the spinnery? Or is there no spinnery on this map?
There might not be one on the map as default.
Okay, this is an interesting field. That it goes up a hill.
Right.
But it makes you wonder how the game actually does go about
About what?
well, even if our fields have a slight dip in them, the seeders and rollers and stuff struggle.
Yeah, but don't forget when the game does a field, it's not actually using equipment, it's literally just doing it EDC style.
Yes, I know. But then we have to struggle.
Yeah. Well, in real life, I'm sure you like me have seen fields where there's parts that farmers just haven't used because obviously the terrain isn't. There's going to be a load of grass in the middle of a field that's not been cut because I'm guessing it's just not suitable.
Yeah.
You know, cosplay has the islands modes for stuff like that.
Lands.
No, there's a thing right at the bottom that says islands.
Oh yeah.
Which is what they call it if you've got like a patch in the middle of a field that... Usually if you've got trees on or something like that. But most of the time I'm assuming when you see a field like that, it's because that particular bit of land was really boggy or something, so rather than mess around with it, it just wasn't worth the time of trying to make it work as farming land.
Just feel sorry for some of the farmers, right? Like around the A590 at the minute.
Alright.
They've still got swimming pools in their fields.
I should teach the sheep how to breaststroke.
Give water wings to the sheep. Nearly? Nothing? No?
What do you mean?
You were getting close with the breaststroke. Teaching the sheep how to breaststroke. You nearly put yourself into your own red dwarf quote there.
Well, I can't remember, you've got me on that one. It's one I forgot.
First ever episode.
Yeah. Top of my head I'm blanking, mate, sorry. That one. I mean, it's not helping you joke, but really you've lost me.
Basically, Lister's on about Fiji. And then Rimmer turns around and says, yeah, it could be 5 feet underwater, what are you going to do? Give the sheep water wings? Or better yet, you're going to teach them to breaststroke.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember that.
Yeah, it shows how much I've been watching Red Dwarf recently. I'll bet it. And then he turns
Saying that,
around.
we ended up referencing it yesterday, Red Dwarf. Oh, that was it. It was a joke ended up just referencing Rachel and the budget repair kit. Rimmer's inflatable.
Yeah, that's from the episode where Rimmer ends up becoming alive. That's...
Yeah. Take out Rachel and fetch the punching repair kit.
Yeah, before he ends up killing himself again, technically, because he explodes.
Yeah.
That is from Time Slides, I believe. It's the one from the photographs. That's the one where Lister ends up technically inventing the tension sheet.
Yeah. When he goes back to see Hitler and nicks his suitcase.
Yeah,
Then there's a bomb in it.
Yeah, that's Time Slides. Then the episode after that is Body Swap. I still never remember why. I still don't get why they replaced the original Crichton.
Maybe the guy didn't want to, or something. Like the guy had other commitments. It may not have been that they did it. It might have been that the actor didn't want to do it for whatever reason. Well, let's be honest. We didn't exactly get a bad deal with Robert Llewellyn. He was good at that.
He was good as Crichton. Saw some interesting trivia at the fact. Do you remember the episode with the laws?
Yeah.
Apparently, Danny John Jules was rolling around on the floor laughing when Chris Barry first came out wearing the Rimmer's Law costume. That was a brilliant costume.
Oh yeah.
But it makes me wonder where the hell did Rimmer get the hollow whip from? Problem is, they do joke about the hollow whip. It's a bit weird because, yes, do you remember?
They reference a hollow whip in the episode where they see the hologram ship.
Yeah, they reference it in Hollow Ship.
Because it's when it's the chief constable from Death in Paradise gets beamed onto the ship, and Lister's talking into a packet of facts.
Yeah. But I can't remember his name.
Don Worthington, something like that.
I think so.
So he was a police commissioner in Death in Paradise.
Oh. Yeah, but that episode is after the Laws episode. But it's like, they never have a hollow whip on board. So where did they get the hollow whip from?
Found it on the ship they scavenged.
And another thing that makes quite interesting is the fact that... Do you remember Whitehall?
Yeah.
How would... Because... List of references... It's the one where he basically he says... I think it's when he's in a fit, I can't remember which episode it is. It's where he references, he goes, I've given birth to twins and played pool with planets.
Yeah.
Now how would he remember that? Because Holly never remembered what the hell had happened. Because everything, once he'd got rid of the Whitehall, everything was going back to normal and he wouldn't remember. I mean, yeah, I guess it was a continuity error, but...
That's it, just don't take it, just take it as a continuity.
Like I say, I find it quite interesting that, there are little things like that.
Yeah.